Security guards of Reddit. What's the creepiest thing you've ever seen on camera? I worked night security at a half-abandoned shopping mall for about 3 years. And before anyone asks, yes. Most malls are creepy at night. The music is off. Half the lights are dimmed. Stores are covered by metal shutters. And the echoes? You hear everything. Usually night shifts were boring. Walk the halls, check locked doors, watch cameras. Try not to fall asleep at 3 a.m. until the night I saw someone on camera 14. Because the problem wasn't that someone was there. The problem was, the mall was empty. Around 2:13 a.m., I was in the security office watching cameras when movement triggered on one of the monitors. Camera 14, second floor, old food court area. I looked up expecting maybe a raccoon or maintenance worker. Instead, I saw a woman, standing completely still. Middle of the hallway, white hoodie, long dark hair, no movement. Just standing there. I radioed my coworker. "Hey, do we have cleaners tonight?" He said no. I zoomed the camera in. The woman looked directly into the camera, then slowly raised one arm, and pointed behind her. Not at the camera, behind herself, toward one of the abandoned stores. Then she walked out of frame. At this point, I'm annoyed more than scared. Probably teenagers sneaking in again. So I head upstairs. Flashlight, radio, standard procedure. The hallway was empty, dead silent. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. The abandoned store she pointed toward used to be a toy store years ago. Shutter was halfway open because renovations had stopped months earlier. I shine my flashlight inside. Dust everywhere. Old shelves, plastic wrapping. Then I hear something move deeper inside. Not running, dragging. I called out, "Mall security! Anybody in here?" Silence. Then, from the back of the store, a child's voice said, "Don't." Not help. Not hello. Don't. At this point, protocol says wait for backup. Instead, because I was younger and dumber, I stepped further in. My flashlight lands on the back storage area, and I see a shopping cart. Inside the cart, dozens of old mannequins. Broken ones, arms, heads, torsos. And one of them was facing the wrong direction, like someone had just turned it toward me. Then I heard footsteps behind me. Fast. I spun around expecting the woman. Nobody there. But my radio suddenly exploded with static. Then my coworker yelling, "Get out of there!" I asked why. He sounded panicked. He said, "Dude, camera 14. I ran back to security. My coworker replayed the footage. You could see me entering the toy store. Then, about 10 seconds later, the woman walked back into frame. Except this time, she wasn't alone. There were 3 smaller figures standing behind her. Completely still, all facing the store. We checked every entrance, locked. No signs of break-in. Police searched the building. Nobody found. But here's the worst part. When we reviewed older footage, the woman had appeared before. Same hallway, same camera. Always around 2 a.m., always pointing toward the toy store. And somehow, neither of us had ever noticed. About a month later, I quit. But before I left, the daytime manager told me something I wish I never heard. Apparently, years before I worked there, a woman lost her children in that mall during an electrical fire evacuation. One child was never found immediately during the chaos. Guess where security eventually discovered him hours later? The old toy store. Now, I still avoid malls late at night. Because every now and then, I'll pass a dark storefront and catch myself checking for someone standing motionless in the reflection behind me.